Good morning, Southeast Iowa. Welcome to Morning Breath. I am your host, Tim Elliott. We are joined in studio today by super producer Alex.
Good to be here.
Happy Thursday, Alex.
Thursday.
Did you miss me yesterday?
Yeah, it was actually weird not to have you. And Matt just put this new nickname for our followers without your permission.
I heard that.
I haven't watched the whole show yet, so we'll talk about that. We also, so we have boss man Matt with us this morning. And what I name you? Was it Glorious Greta?
Yeah.
I think it's the.
I like the. Yeah.
Glorious Greta.
Yeah.
Clemens
Good morning.
is with us as well. So we've started out in a good mood before we even got on the air. We've been laughing a little bit. So first of all, I want to thank the Southeast Iowa Video Network is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Casey?
You, Casey, and all the gang over at KCTC, and the Morning Breath crew is powered by Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh,
Cheers.
where Matt has caribou coffee. I'm not sure what Greta has.
Nespresso coffee.
Espresso. I have water, H2O, and Alex is
I have water.
secret. He is just a
Yeah,
secret.
Not a coffee
secret in
drinker
the.
either?
Nope, no coffee for me.
Gosh.
But there's all kinds of things over at Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh, so please visit one of those in any location that you can find. So let's talk a little bit about yesterday's show.
So you were gone, so it went off the rails like immediately.
Well, I know that. I watched just a little bit of it, and then I ran out of time. So how did it feel to sit over in this chair?
Well, I tell you, as soon as I got there, it's like I feel like I'm sitting in the big boy chair. I'm not sure if I was worthy or not, but I sat over there, and I don't know. We had Mike here from Mount Pleasant,
Yeah.
and he had free reign to pick on Washington. I don't think he actually did too much.
He didn't.
Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah,
Well, we're kind to everybody.
we are. But here's what I got to ask you.
Okay.
So I started this out. It just popped in my head as the cameras came on, and I was panicking, right? So, because I'm not used to the big boy chair.
Okay.
So you always say "Good morning, Southeast Iowa" and whatever. So I came up with "Good morning, morning breathers." So do we call our audience morning breathers? You're the nickname guy, so you have to put your stamp on this.
Just let's go with it until something else comes up.
I'm not sure if it's good or not, but
Well, I don't know. I have to ponder that just a little bit.
good morning,
like
morning
it.
breathers.
Yeah.
I like it.
Morning breathers.
Morning breathers.
Kind of long.
It is.
I mean, we need like the morning army or something. I'm sure that's
Yeah.
taken somewhere. But
Somewhere.
but I bet nobody else is called morning breathers.
Probably not.
And let's face it, everybody who's tuned in is a morning breather.
Yeah.
Some degree. I started watching the show a little bit, and what was it? You talked a little bit about movies, and then you went into some Mount Pleasant history. And
Yeah, well, it's Mount Pleasant history, but newspapers. Mike did some research on history of newspapers in Mount Pleasant, which, of course, is really interesting to me. Hopefully, some other people found it interesting as well. But Mike and I were in a great conversation about it.
That's awesome.
Whether anybody listened or not, I don't know. We'll
that's
see.
awesome. We're taking a trip down to Mount Pleasant.
We are. We're going to Mount Pleasant next Wednesday. We'll be at Hy-Vee Live.
Nice.
Hy-Vee.
Hy-Vee in Mount Pleasant. Yep. I think we'll be in the big store, not the Fast and Fresh store.
Oh.
So I think we'll be
Oh,
in the
yeah, the Fast and Fresh are like the gas.
the convenience store parts,
okay,
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Those are kind of conveniency, and probably not a lot of room in the Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Probably not. Although we don't take up a lot of space.
We don't. Alex has got a lot of crap.
Yeah, it's Alex.
That's
Bring it all. So.
Got to
Yeah,
bring it all.
yeah, we kind of talked about that yesterday. He's got to figure out. We've never
Do you have to
took
bring all of that?
Yeah.
pretty much.
Gosh.
We've not
a lot.
gone. We've not gone on the road
Yeah.
with the whole setup yet.
So we're not going to do this often.
Well,
It'll be
we'll
cool
see.
to see how it works.
We'll see.
Any comments
Yeah,
yet?
Paula's already here.
Paula's here.
Good morning, Paula.
Paula's our stan.
Paula is a faithful listener.
She
I
is.
like
We
that.
love Paula.
Paula, Jimmy, and my mother.
Yep. And
Yes.
Jimmy, I did get to see Jimmy yesterday in our little group setting, and Jimmy is Jimmy.
Jimmy's Jimmy.
We have a new segment today. We call Deep Thoughts, Matt.
Yeah, well, it's as it finds out, I asked Alex and Greta, who are considerably younger than Tim and I,
Yes.
if they'd ever heard of Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy, a staple on Saturday Night Live. I don't even know how long ago. It's been a while. If they'd ever heard of it, and they had not. But
I get it.
But I Googled a bunch of deep thoughts by Jack Handy, and I think they still hold up. So
They're timeless.
they're timeless.
Timeless.
So we shall see where that takes
Let's
us.
run a few off. You got any
All right.
favorite ones that you want to start with? Then we'll kind of go around the table a
Yep.
bit.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, so a couple I highlighted. Lori got offended that I used the word puke. But to me, that's what her dinner tasted like.
That's funny. That's so random.
It is. They're all just random.
know.
That's the beauty of it.
All very random.
I gotta find the one that
There's several. I like this one. In weightlifting,
Yes, that's what I was looking for. That's a good one.
I don't
Yes.
think sudden uncontrolled urination should automatically disqualify you.
To me, clowns aren't funny. In fact, they're kind of scary. I've wondered where this started, and I think it goes back to the time when I went to the circus and a clown killed my dad.
Oh my god.
Is anybody afraid of clowns?
They're creepy.
Are they?
Yeah. I'm not really afraid of them, but
I know people who are deathly afraid of them.
Yeah.
I am
There's
not,
a lot of
but
people. I'm not afraid of
I'm
them.
not either. But
yeah.
Do you remember, Matt? I'm going to go back further than you two again.
Okay.
You remember Mambo?
yeah,
Clown?
yes, no, but that's an Eastern Iowa thing. And
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I didn't live in Eastern Iowa.
okay.
So I've heard about Mambo, but I never saw it.
I think, was that just like Cedar Rapids?
I think it
production or
was. So
something?
I lived in Centerville, which is more southern Iowa, well, southern central. So we got Des Moines stations, and they had Floppy. So I don't know if you ever heard of Dwayne and Floppy.
I did.
But that's kind of, I think, a similar type thing.
They
But
all
again,
have
we're
kind of
getting
their things.
pretty old
We
here.
are. But
I
you know
don't
what?
know.
Mambo popped into my head.
Do you watch American Horror Story?
No, I
No.
didn't.
I said there's a clown
I'm
on
not-
there. I can't think of his name, but he's a creepy clown.
Well, there can be creepy
Yeah.
ones. They don't necessarily scare me.
Okay, I got one. To me, boxing is like ballet, except there's no music, no choreography, and the dancers hit each other.
Yes. Yes. Alex,
Oh,
you have a list in front of you?
yeah. Is somebody going? I'll pick
Okay.
one here.
To me, it is
I hope in the future Americans are thought of as warlike vicious people, because I bet a lot of high schools would pick Americans as their mascot.
If you're a young mafia gangster out on your first date, I bet it's real embarrassing if someone tries to kill you. That's a good one.
We can fly through these. Why don't we go to break, Alex? Then you can pick a couple.
Yeah.
And
All right,
whatever.
let's take a good idea. Good idea.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers, and sellers to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
At 5 Star Community Credit Union, we want to help you lead a better life. We offer competitive rates and convenient appointment times for all kinds of loans: auto, recreational vehicles, home equity, line of credit, holiday, and personal loans. We make it easy to build your credit and enjoy the good things in life.
We invite you to join 5 Star Community Credit Union. We are community-minded and member-focused. Come visit our locations in West Burlington and Mount Pleasant or online at 5starcu.org. Federally insured through the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Good morning and welcome back to to Morning Breath.
Morning Breath. We're
Give me a day off. All I do is screw up.
we're 14 episodes into this thing.
Episode 14. Today is Thursday, the 22nd.
That it is.
And it is somebody's birthday, but we're going to deal with that later.
Oh. Okay. I didn't.
Yeah, it's a very famous person's birthday. We were, thank you to our Southeast Iowa Video Network sponsor, KCTC.
Yep. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Casey, and all the gang over at KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
I was reading that.
There's a comment where Paula chimes in. No matter how hard life gets, remember, there's nothing harder than pooping when you don't have to poop.
There's a deep thought.
Good morning, deep thought.
I don't know what to say to that. Thank you, Paula.
I think there's no follow-up to that. You just let that set out there.
Really good.
About it.
Well, so that's the four of us are sponsored by Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh. Thank you to all our area Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
I think we're caffeinated on deep thoughts this morning.
Yeah, having fun with the deep thoughts.
These are
I
wild.
hope you are enjoying. We did learn a bit of trivia on Mambo, the clown from Cedar Rapids. Jimmy says he was a Shriner.
There you go.
And I don't know if Jimmy knew his real name or if Jimmy even knew him. He might have. But
Jimmy's from Mount Pleasant, I think, right?
Well, yeah, but Jimmy is you taught him.
I didn't teach him because the other way around. I think opposite of that. I don't know. Maybe I taught him something. I'm not sure, but
for sure.
I'm sure.
For sure. Let's, Alex, did you find a deep thought?
I did. If you ever teach a yodeling class, probably the hardest thing is to keep students from just trying to yodel right off. You see, we build up to that.
Can you yodel? Can you give us a yodel?
That'd be you.
I think you would be better at yodeling. It's kind of like a
mid-'60s thing?
Yeah, mid-'60s thing. I mean,
that's what we used to do because we didn't have internet.
we used to kick rocks down the street and yodel. I mean, that's just what we did.
We had a stick and a round thing that we pushed.
We're not that old.
Okay, besides the yodeling kid, when do you hear about a younger person yodeling, huh?
Well, it's a lost art, I will say.
Yeah, and you need to bring it back.
I need to be responsible to bring that back.
I don't think any of us need to be responsible for bringing yodeling back.
Let me think about how to do that. On another note, where do I have it? Nope. Gosh darn it, I'm going to find that later. I will say this one. It takes a big man to cry, but it takes a bigger man to laugh at that man. Never know why he's crying, Alex.
You got one, Greta?
I got one. I hope in the future Americans are thought of as warlike, vicious people, because I bet a lot of high schools would pick Americans as their mascots.
Yeah. Dad always thought laughter was the best medicine, which I guess is why several of us died from tuberculosis.
Yeah, I like that one. A little morbid and sad.
There's a couple morbid ones. There's another morbid one in here.
How does Dad know that you had tuberculosis? I mean, seriously.
Just laugh it off, man. Laugh it off.
On the clown subject, here we go. You know what would make a great story? Something about a clown who makes people happy, but inside he's real sad. Also, he has severe diarrhea.
I like the way you read that.
Put some feeling in it. I think I've been in that clown's shoes before. Make people laugh.
Laughing on the outside.
All kinds of stuff going on in here.
Diarrhea on the inside.
Very good stuff. Anything else over there for you, Alex?
If you're a young mafia gangster on a first date, I bet it's real embarrassing if somebody tries to kill you.
Just sleeping.
Yeah.
You already did that one, Alex.
Oh.
So it was better, the second time around.
Yeah.
I like this one. One thing kids like to be tricked. That's for sure. For instance, I was going to take my nephew to Disneyland, but instead I drove him to an old burned down warehouse. Oh no, I exclaimed. Disneyland burned down. My nephew cried and cried, but I think that deep down he thought it was a pretty good joke. I started to drive over to the real Disneyland, but it was getting late.
Poor kid.
I think we need to have like story time with Tim.
So here's another. It's kind of morbid.
Might be Jack Handy.
Yeah, another little morbid one. Sometimes when I feel like killing someone, I do a little trick to calm myself down. I'll go over to the person's house and ring the doorbell. When the person comes to the door, I'm gone. But you know what I have left on the porch? A jack-o'-lantern with a knife stuck in the side of its head with a note that says, "You."
Oh.
After that, I usually feel a lot better.
I guess better than murder.
I like the pumpkin prop.
I do. It's a safe alternative. Actually, probably not. We probably shouldn't promote that. It's a safe alternative. But, yeah.
Halloween will be wild this year in Washington. When I was a kid, my favorite relative was Uncle Caveman. After school, we'd all go play in his cave, and every once in a while, he would eat one of us. It wasn't until later that I found out that Uncle Caveman was a bear.
Every once in a while, he'd eat one of us.
Every once in a while, it still does well.
Just randomly.
Yeah. This is things that I wonder. If trees could scream, would we be so cavalier about cutting them down? We might, if they screamed all the time for no good reason at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. If you define cowardice as running away at the first sign of danger, screaming and tripping and begging for mercy, then yes, Mr. Brave Man, I am a coward.
Oh my. Hey, Alex, maybe you did this when you came in for your job interview. When you go into a job interview, I think it's a good idea to ask if they ever press charges. Did you ask that of Matt when you interviewed?
Shoulda.
Well, is there a story there that I need to know now that we're bringing it up?
7:32. Let's take one more break, and then I want to make sure we leave plenty of time for set for the day. So take one more break, and then we'll be right back.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Step back in time and create unforgettable memories of the 2024 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Gather the family and immerse yourselves in the nostalgic charm of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and the horses. Whether it's the savory delights from the North Village, to the log cabin, or the unforgettable concerts, this is where memories are crafted. Plan now to bask in the history of the past from August 29th to September 2nd in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for details. Don't miss this chance to make timeless memories.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Good morning and welcome, Morning Breathers.
Morning Breathers.
To Morning Breath. I am your host, Tim Elliott. We, of course, have Alex, super producer, boss man Matt, who I got your name right.
You got it.
Almost all week.
I think so. Well, you had
Didn't mess up yesterday.
You had to skip a day.
I call him Mike. It just comes out.
But yesterday, Mike was actually here, so it's a good thing that Tim wasn't, because that would have just blown his mind.
I don't know how I'm going to deal with next week.
Worlds colliding, and it just would have been something.
And they would have been sitting next to each other, so
right.
Your mind would have been scrambled.
Yeah.
It's not easy being me. We also have the glorious Greta.
Glorious Greta.
We thank you to KCTC and the gang for sponsoring the Southeast Iowa Video Network, and we also want to thank Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh for being a sponsor as well. We need all of you to make this show happen, and we are very appreciative. We have we're just going to do one more quick little segment of Deep Thoughts, and we'll each read one more. Alex, are you ready?
Yeah. I think some of you should come up with a way to breed a very large shrimp. That way, you can ride him, then after you camped at night, you can eat him. How about that, science?
Where is science on this?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Because, they won't eat you. I mean, they're kind of bottom dwellers.
Well, maybe if they get bigger, they'll learn, They'll advance.
I think one of the steps in there before riding them, in between riding them and eating them, is washing them. But
that'd probably be good. Deveining, detailing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got all that before you eat them.
But now we're getting details.
Big deveining process.
Yeah.
Love a good shrimp, though.
I like this one. If a kid asks where rain comes from, and so parents, just keep this in mind. If a kid asks you where rain comes from, I think a cute thing to tell him is God is crying. And if he asks why God is crying, another cute thing to tell him is probably because of something you did.
That's a good one.
You do not. It probably happened.
Quite true.
Making God cry like that. Rotten little kid.
Wow, you have some pretty strong feelings about that, I think.
Well, I put myself in Jack Hanna's shoes a little bit. I love my children. What do you got?
Is there anything more beautiful than a beautiful, beautiful flamingo flying across in front of a beautiful sunset? And he's carrying a very beautiful rose in his beak. And he's also carrying a very beautiful painting with his feet. And also, you're drunk.
Also, you're drunk.
It was such a glorious picture. There was a tear forming in my eye.
I bet a fun thing would be to go way back in time to where there was going to be an eclipse and tell the cavemen, if I have come to destroy you, may the sun be blotted out from the sky. Just then the eclipse would start. And they would probably try to kill you or something. But then you could explain about the rotation of the moon and all, and everyone would get a good laugh.
That would be quite the story.
That would be.
The caveman would understand that, I'm certain. Let's, Matt, you like doing set for the day.
Yep, we're good. Oh, except for I forgot to do my homework beforehand. So it is 7:38 a.m. on Thursday, February 22nd. The weather right now, according to Apple, and
it's got to be true.
Exactly. Washington 42, Mount Pleasant 44, and Fairfield 43. The high for today is 63. The low is 34. Looking ahead just a little bit, and we've been doing this all week, but it's kind of fun. Next Monday's high of 71, and Tuesday high of 74.
That's called golfing weather.
It is called golfing weather, and that's still February. I mean, I don't know what the date is,
That's
but
amazing.
You gonna hit the links?
You
probably have to walk though, don't you?
Yeah, I would say that's okay.
Yeah.
A little exercise.
And for my mother in Tampa, the high of 74 today. And my sister watched the show yesterday and saw that I was calling out my mother and giving her props, and she was mad. She told me I was sucking up to mom.
Oh, yeah.
I said, yeah, well, I love my mom. So what are you gonna do?
I'm sucking up to mom. Does she live down there full time?
No, they actually was from Southern Iowa. They have a place at Lake Thunderhead at Unionville, Missouri. Most of the time.
Okay.
They have an RV, one of those big RVs, and they go in a big RV park, and
that's awesome.
It's quite the deal. So I assume it's quite the deal. I've seen pictures. I haven't been there, but I love my mother, but she doesn't invite me down apparently. So.
let Matt come down.
She's gonna be mad because she has.
Yeah,
we can go live. We live remote from Tampa.
Yeah.
She's gonna be mad because she has invited me. I just haven't come down.
With all this stuff and go to Tampa.
Yep. Okay. In the RV.
Spring break edition.
And I don't know. I'm not sure our budget will support such a thing. Things to do today in Fairfield. There's a K1 spring concert at the Fairfield High School auditorium at 6:30 tonight. Those are fun because the kids just stand around and either scream or do nothing, right?
Yeah, or cry.
Or cry or whatever. So Mount Pleasant, a thank you is not enough soup supper and Quilts of Valor ceremony from 5 to 7 on Saturday at the Moose Lodge in Mount Pleasant. And in Washington, there is a noon concert series that they do. I don't know if they do it every week or not, but they do it frequently, I think. Noon concert series featuring the Mid-Prairie High School Choir at the Washington Public Library. It is free. It is noon. It is not a good time to go if you want quiet reflection time.
If you want to,
if you want to contemplate deep thoughts, probably not the time to go, although I'm sure it's going to be a great concert. This day in history, and since Tim and I have been exposing our age all day. The U.S. hockey team beats the Soviets in the Olympics.
I remember that so well.
1980.
That's
Al Michaels calling that.
movie.
Yes, a miracle. It is a really good movie.
Obviously, we wasn't alive when that happened, but the movie's great.
I did not watch the movie because I saw it happen live. So.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
Live on TV.
Yeah.
That was a great moment.
It was a great moment, and that was not even the championship game. That was just that was the semifinals.
Yeah.
I think they had to beat Finland then, right? And also this day in history.
Big birthday.
Big birthday, Alex.
Big birthday.
George Washington was born on this day in 1732.
I thought.
Happy birthday, George.
Yeah, President's Day. You're going to get this all mixed up.
President's Day was George Washington's birthday.
President's Day is celebrated to celebrate Lincoln and Washington, but they just picked a random Monday. It has to be on Monday.
Always.
It's probably not a random Monday. There's probably whatever.
Remember we talked about that. President Johnson changed that so the federal government could have a 3-day, a long weekend.
I don't think we ever talked about that.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about that either.
I talked about it in my head.
You had that knowledge stored up and just waiting to unleash it, right?
This is all, my head is filled with things like that.
Full of knowledge.
Full of knowledge. And the word of the day today from Merriam-Webster, haggard. Which is not a large
from Harry Potter.
Not a large creature from Harry Potter. I think that's Hagrid or something, right?
Hagrid, it is Hagrid.
Yeah.
Hagrid, yeah.
So this is haggard, Haggard, adjective. Someone described as haggard appears tired or thin, especially as if because of hunger, worry, or pain. Haggard can also describe someone who looks wild or otherwise disheveled. After a disastrous rafting trip, Robin emerged from the woods looking haggard, but otherwise unscathed. She looked like a large mythical creature from Harry Potter.
Disastrous rafting trip.
Disastrous rafting trip.
They could go south in a big hurry.
Yes. So I want to bring this last thing up. This isn't on our list, but we talked about it before we started. So Tim, you're all about the Gen Z. Do you know any Gen Z slang? Yes. And we talked about the towel space, which is the comment sections, which I had no idea. So if anybody's ever heard of that.
Alex and I didn't know either.
Yeah. I just learned that this week.
You two don't know.
I know.
How does in the world expect Matt and I to know?
No, we didn't.
I want to give you props. You've been doing a great job.
Well,
throwing those into the show.
Go ahead. What else? You got one?
You got to throw one in today.
I don't have one yet. Keep talking and I'll find something.
Got 1 minute.
No, let's see. No. We need a clap back. We need more clap back from people.
Give us some clap back.
Some more comments. Well, speaking of which, we do appreciate comments. We've had a lot of fun, especially Paula and Jimmy this morning, and my mom chimed in. I'm kind of going overboard. My sister's gonna be really mad at me today, but
Hi, Matt, sister.
yeah. Anyway, we appreciate all those. We did change, I mentioned this yesterday, we changed Washington Live. The Facebook page Washington Live has been changed to Southeast Iowa Video for network, right?
Yeah,
I
that
forgot
just
to.
rolls off your tongue.
Well, I forgot.
Now you understand why I struggle every morning.
SEIA Live. So if you were already subscribed to Washington Live, it just switched the name. Nothing changed. If you're subscribed through Mount Pleasant Live or Fairfield Live, we'd ask you to consider switching over to that. That's going to be where we end up moving most stuff, kind of under one umbrella instead of 3 separate channels.
Makes sense.
It's going to take a little time to transition. We'll give everybody time to adjust and adapt. But we also have YouTube. We also are on Spotify. And so, we can look us up at any one of those places.
You can find us.
We're out there, man.
Morning Breathers.
The Morning Breathers.
Do some searching.
Yes. So we have the options like, subscribe, comment, join us live, comment after the fact. Doesn't matter. We see them. So
Love it. Thanks very much for joining. We will see you tomorrow.